might be holy and without blemish. In the way husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ cherishes the church, because we are members of his body. And again, here repeated by the words of Paul in Ephesians chapter 5, goes back to the original covenant and decree of marriage. He repeats, therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. And then he adds this. This is a mystery, and it's profound. And I am saying that it refers to Christ and to the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. You know, this word that's in the passage of Ephesians that is not very popular in modern vernacular and in modern movements is this word called submission. And many have made submission to be a negative, pejorative, bad thing. And that is not at all what the Bible means by the word to submit. For you to submit to Matt biblically is saying that you ultimately trust your life and your marriage and your whole person to Christ primarily. And then in doing that, you trust that whatever happens, that man is going to cover you, protect you, care for you, guide you, nourish you, treat you like the fragile, beautiful creation that you are. That's the biblical meaning of submission. Not that you simply be a doormat and that does whatever he wants. That's not biblical submission at all. It's a beautiful, wonderful, God-honoring thing. Tragically, the world says otherwise. But that's not the world that we're explaining tonight. Matt, do you take Rosa to be your wife and to build a home together under God? To give yourself fully to her in this sacred relationship of husband and wife, you would say?
I do.
Will you freely give her your love? Will you respect her?
I will.
Will you always be honest with her? Will you stand by her, comfort her, watch over her?
I will.
Will you do this when she's sick as well as when she is enjoying good health? And will you forsake all others and keep yourself only for her? Thank you. Rosa, do you take Matt to be your husband? To build a home together under God? To give yourself fully to him in the sacred relationship of husband and wife? You would say here that you do. Will you freely give him your love? Will you respect him? Will you always be honest with him? Will you stand by him, comfort him, and watch over him when he's sick? And also when he is enjoying great health? And will you forsake all others and keep yourself only for him? I will. Thank you. I know you will. This time we're going to have an exchange of vows. And Matt, would you please repeat after me? Now, I've translated this into Latin, so if you struggle, just please just do your best to follow along. I'm kidding about that. I take you, Rosa, to be my wife.
I take you, Rosa, to be my wife,
And these things I promise you.
and these things I promise you.
I will be faithful to you and honest with you.
I will be faithful to you and honest.
Please take it. I will respect and trust you.
I will respect and trust you.
I will help and care for you.
I will help and care for you.
I will forgive you as we've been forgiven.
I will forgive you as we have been forgiven.
I will work with you to come to a perfect understanding
I will work with you to come to a perfect understanding
of ourselves,
of ourselves,
the world, and God.
the world, and God.
I pledge my love and devotion to you.
I pledge my love and my devotion
Through the best and worst
to the best and worst
of whatever may come,
of whatever may come,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall.
Thank you. Rosa, would you also, in likewise fashion, repeat after me? Matt, I take you to be my husband. From this time forward to join with you and to share all that's to come. To give and to receive. To speak and to listen. To inspire and respond. To be loyal with my whole life and with all my being. In the letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians, in the 13th chapter, Paul says this. And he says this amidst all the discussion surrounding the spiritual gifts that God would give to his church. And look at what he says here. I think it's magnificent. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but I do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and I can fathom all mysteries, and if I have all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, or if I do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all that I possess to the poor, and I give over my body to hardship, and I might even boast, but if I do not have love, then I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, and it is not easily angered. And listen closely, both of you. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. And he continues, love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge,